Welcome back to When I'm Not Podcasting. Wokefishing is a new dating app trend to be aware of. This is funny, but this makes total sense. Here's what's going on. We now know more than ever that we have people looking to go ahead and get themselves together with the opposite sex, whatever it might be. So the new trend right now is wokefishing. The idea is, obviously, you want to act like you're woke. You want to act like you're maybe like a male feminist, or that you believe in diversity, equality, and inclusion, that you are supporting Black Lives Matter when you don't, whatever it might be, that whatever it might be. That's the idea. You support pronouns. You use my pronouns are he and his and her and him, whatever it is, right? That's the idea. Into the story here from InsideHook.com. So every few months, we hear about a new buzzworthy new name for an annoying dating habit. The word of the day now is wokefishing, coined by Serena Smith, who defines the practice as when people masquerade as holding progressive political views to ensnare potential partners. As according to an article from Vice. We'll bring that up as well. So in Vice.com, have you been wokefished while dating? Here's what Serena says. So she was 17, decided to go vegan, mentioned her new veganism to a guy she was seeing at the time, and to his surprise, he seemed really annoyed. Responded with an interruptual lecture on the importance of supporting British farmers. I can still remember one of his appalled, patronizing texts. "Oh God, you're not going to be one of those vegan feminists, are you?" I was confused. He hadn't come across like someone who had hated vegan feminists, so where does this come from? And then she moves along. But in the story here, in an increasingly political charged era, writes Smith, wokefishing is on the rise as app daters with less than progressive political views realize those views may be hurting their romantic potential. But I think what also happens is I think some guys, because they don't have game, let's just be honest, they use acting woke because they think a girl, well, that's what she is. She's on the veganism. She's on to, trans issues, whatever. Greenpeace. Who knows? Green New Deal. Whatever it is. It doesn't matter. I mean, I got no problem with anybody having their own opinions. I like the fact that I have somebody who's got a wide world view, in my opinion anyway, if I were to look at the day. So, wokefish can't hide forever. The true colors seem to have a way of inevitably slipping out. These are men who make it a point of declaring themselves feminists in their dating app bios, or making sure to include a photo of themselves in the Women's March in their profile, only to then laugh at racial slurs the first time you hang out with their friends, and they call you a social justice warrior when you call them out on that. Yes, fake posers. I always talk about people that are trying to conform, go along to get along, trying to create this whole era. It's stupid. It's really just hypocritical. It's a guy just going to go and get in bed with a girl. Because we see a lot of beautiful women that are protesting. We see a lot of women that are very much into causes. I mean, look at Hollywood. Look at all the beautiful celebrities that are out there that are supporting causes. And the truth is, there are people that we admire, that we follow along as well. And you know what? We want to go and be allies, right? That's the other thing. Remember, we were talking about Black Lives Matter and people being allies, performative allies. This is the same thing, except this is even on probably as worse a level, because the idea is you are something that you're not, or it's not so much where you're trying to be a performance ally because you're trying to go ahead and placate to the Black Lives Matter crowd so that, they look at you in a better light. It's not like we're talking about white privilege or white guilt. No, we're talking about that you're trying to say that you have it, or you're trying to go and put some idea in a woman's head that you're doing that, guys. You think you're doing it, but, again, women have a shit detector. They'll find out the bullshit that you're doing, and they're going to call you out on it. As Smith noted, any relationship, quote, is essentially an ongoing process of learning more and more about your partner until you either realize they're a terrible person or just get bored of them. Of course, in the beginning, we're all on our best behavior. On the first date, we're always the coolest, smartest, hottest Instagram versions of ourselves. Eventually, parts of that that facade will inevitably fade or fall away entirely. But when it comes to matters of political views, why bother lying about them to match with a person who probably doesn't have it much on you commonly anyway, if you disagree with such fundamental beliefs? You can't keep that shit up, guys, unless you're just trying to get a couple of hits on a date, and hopefully trying to go ahead and screw her or have sex with her at some point, just to go and be able to one and done, hit and run. one night stand, or something else. Maybe even a friends with benefits, because then you only have to have so much what you have. And the story, they say, in case you haven't heard, dating apps make it easier than ever these days to filter out prospective matches based on almost any attributable imaginable, including political affiliation. So if you have shit politics, why not just date someone who shares your shit politics? At least you'll have something in common. And we'll leave it there. Talk to you on the next video.